On a windswept hillside in Northumberland, in September 1513, two great armies clashed in one of the bloodiest battles ever fought between England and Scotland. By the day's end, thousands lay dead, including a king. This was the Battle of Flodden. The story begins with a European rivalry. In 1513, King Henry VIII of England was at war with France. Scotland, bound by the old alliance with France, saw an opportunity. King James IV of Scotland invaded northern England with a mighty force, hoping to distract Henry and secure Scotland's honour. James commanded perhaps 30,000 men, the largest Scottish army ever to march into England. The English response was led not by Henry himself, who was abroad fighting in France, but by Thomas Howard, the Earl of Surrey. Though older and with fewer troops, around 20,000, Howard was a skilled commander. He used clever tactics and intimate knowledge of the land to lure the Scots into unfavourable ground. The two armies met on 9 September 1513 near the village of Branxton. The Scots, positioned on high ground, wielded long pikes, formidable weapons on level terrain. But Howard manoeuvred his forces across boggy fields, forcing the Scots downhill into marshy ground. Here, their pikes became unwieldy, while the English billhooks, shorter, heavier blades, proved brutally effective in close combat. The fighting was fierce and chaotic. Entire formations were cut down as the English pressed their advantage. Despite their bravery, the Scots were overwhelmed. By nightfall, their army was shattered. The losses were staggering. Perhaps 10,000 Scots were killed, including many nobles and leaders. Most shocking of all was the death of King James IV himself, the last monarch from the British Isles to die in battle. His body was found on the field, marking a devastating blow to Scotland's pride and power. For England, Flodden was a resounding victory. It secured the northern border and cemented the reputation of the Earl of Surrey. But for Scotland, it was a national tragedy. Almost an entire generation of leaders was wiped out in a single day, leaving the kingdom politically weakened and vulnerable. The Battle of Flodden is remembered not only for its scale but for its consequences. It altered the balance of power between the two nations and became a haunting reminder of the costs of war. Even today, Flodden Field is marked with memorials to the fallen, a quiet landscape that once echoed with the clash of steel and the cries of thousands. So, what do you think? Was Flodden a turning point in the centuries-old struggle between England and Scotland, or just another bloody chapter in their rivalry? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you enjoyed this look at history, don't forget to like, follow and share so we can bring more stories from Britain's past to life.